goodness, you know, everybody should be scared out of the twist because there might be a militia around the corner, you know. And what just got me...
Stay there. We're going to come back again and have you finish. Nobody's more evil than those evil Americans. Video games were invented by the Pentagon in the 1970s. That's on record. And they grew out of these automated shooting ranges where paper targets with different human images would pop up to create instinctive shooting or dehumanize targets. Because in warfare, even very masculine, tough people don't like to kill folks right up close. A lot of people, about half of them on average, would hesitate bayoneting somebody at point-blank range or shooting somebody in the head. But they learned by paper targets, it got it up to about 75% on average were willing to shoot. And now it's about 98% will kill somebody right up close because of video games. And Doom itself was a first-person shooter game developed for Pentagon desensitization. So it's a fact. Now, in almost all of these first-person shooter games, the main enemy is the militia. Sometimes there's other factions as well. You can pick factions you want to be part of in some of the games. But it's all part of the traitorous activity of Tom Clancy and Rainbow Six and all their globalist brainwashing. They are training to wage war against the American people. The entire Homeland Security grid is for that. Now, I want to hurry and get to all your calls now. The guy got me really upset bringing that up. Noah, you got the floor now for a couple minutes, then we'll get Aaron's take, and we'll come back from break and go to more calls quickly. But again, break down what your son said to you, what happened. Say it all in one piece now. Go ahead.
Actually, it was my nephew, but what I was trying to say was I just have two more points, and I'll let you go. One of them is in the article. I think the guy that came up with this game, his last name was Sears. He was like the director. I don't remember his first name, but last name was Sears. And they were having quotes from him in there. And one of the quotes, I can't quote it verbatim, but he said, we're tired of the, typical Arab or, the typical Russian bad guy. So we wanted to do something different. And I thought, what is your deal, man? You're going to have these children getting this Christmas, and they're going to say, hey, man, if you're not with the Homeland Security and you're not, they're gonna be having these children growing up to be the ones that fire on us, just like the ones I told my wife. I said, these are the same people that came out to defend the Penn State. I said, those kind of people are the same people that are going to be the ones. If anybody ever out there questions who's going to be firing on Americans, it's the ones playing this video game and the ones coming out to defend pedophiles. And the other point.
Well, by the way, sir, that's only the cover. Oh, we just got the idea to make Rainbow Six about fighting militias. Bull. Listen, I cover this. I've been tracking this for more than 14 years with video games. All of these first-person shooter games have got a version, at least, where you fight American patriots. And again, you dovetail this with all the police manuals, with the internal manuals, the MIAC, the Homeland Security. This is a premeditated program. Do you happen to remember the name of the article? I guess it's the new issue of Game Informer breaking down Rainbow Six.
You flip to it. This is like a 6 or 7 or 8 page long, full page colored.
And going further, it actually quotes Southern Poverty Law Center like, see, this is reality-based. We've got to train to kill these people that said foreign banks and the UN were going to take over because the UN and the foreign banks are taking over. This is so sick. Again, we are the real Americans. We are the resistance. We are the people that did the research. We were right, and now they're training the Boy Scouts to take us on. They're training the military, the police. They've got citizen tattletale squads. They've got PSAs on TV saying, don't even trust your best friend. This is the terrorist. This is the foreign banks. These are the criminals. God bless you, my friend. Aaron Dykes, take us out to break. What's your take on this?
Well, it's obviously a dehumanization tactic by the same general field that's trying to take us into this new world of cyborgs and high technology and entering, what you called earlier, the Matrix. And it's just sad. It's obviously going to brainwash a lot of people. You spend many more hours playing these video games than you do watching a movie or a TV program.
Exactly. No one should buy this stuff for their kids. Your kids should be on the swim team, playing football, oil painting, hiking, whatever. You shouldn't be doing this garbage. All right, I'm going to go to the callers, Jason, Satara, Matt, Chris, and others. The toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231. As often happens when we take calls, and I should take more calls because it's always very informative, The last caller, Noah, took us down a very dark path. And I was actually aware of this with horror 2 weeks ago, that it shows how conditioned I am that I never even covered it because I'm so conditioned. Another of the myriad video games that brainwashed tens of millions of Americans and others have come out, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. And I'm not just going off this from the caller. I've already watched the video game. I've already watched its trailers. You take on American patriots, American conservatives, American libertarians, and kill them. And you're a special team that kills the evil militias that are fighting the loving banks. The Southern Poverty Law Center is your advisor, and they're going to help you take on the American people. I mean, this is like a nightmare. If they told somebody in the 60s, there'll be things called video games where you simulate killing other Americans who don't want the UN to take over and who talk about a new world order. And now a new world order is being announced, a global government by the mega banks, bankrupting the planet as we told you they would by design. They're so arrogant they admit it's their plan. They've got the Explorer Scouts training to take on, quote, disgruntled veterans, and they admit it in the New York Times. They've got all these training manuals. The cops actually believe it. The cops actually get scared if they pull you over and find a pocket constitution. I've got video of it from their own squad car in Road to Tyranny. They start literally freaking out, and it's like mind control. Are they like putting them on drugs or something? Somebody comes to you and says, we're going to deal with these people that are into liberty and freedom, and they talk about a new world order and global government. And then it all comes true, and then we're still the terrorists. We're still the bad guys. And you know, some of the public are like, I'm going to join with the new world order. They're my friends. I'm so thankful for them. Aaron, what do you think of this? I mean, this is such anti-freedom, anti-America brainwashing. You watch movies like Red Dawn that cover a fictitious Soviet takeover of the West Coast in the Northwest. And they take over the town. They brainwash people. They put up movie screens, you know, brainwashing people against liberty and promoting the Soviet system. They get kids to tattle on their parents. They do all the same stuff this criminal government's doing. And they're putting up telescreens saying, report on your neighbors. They're on TV saying, can't trust your best friend. Meanwhile, they are the terrorists on record, working for foreign banks, destroying everything. I mean, now they're taking people's private bank accounts. And I guess if you don't like it, you're a terrorist. I mean, does America realize authoritarianism has come and the New World Order is the enemy, Aaron?
Well, I can only speculate exactly on what the motives are behind the propaganda in entertainment and video games and so forth. But I think on one level, it's kind of shifting the spectacle so that people who aren't paying attention sort of buy into the fantasy of it, even as it's becoming a reality. And meanwhile, people who read up on it and are against the issues, they just become numb to it because it's so in their face, even in the entertainment world. But what, you know, the story behind the story is, why are places like the Southern Poverty Law Center always quoted, always looked to as some authoritarian source when they know nothing? They have no real information. They're just trying to demonize broad sectors of the political spectrum.
Well, they were intimately involved in running Elohim City, where Oklahoma City was cooked up. It came out in federal documents. This is a very wicked globalist tool to demonize people that would stop the banker takeover. Remember, they said New World Order isn't real. Global banking takeover isn't real. It's insane. Cop killers talk about it. And now it's all out in the open, and they're like, okay, the global government's real, but it's loving. Let's, you know, torture is good. Secret arrest is good. This video game where the military hunts down the American gun owners and kills them. This is very good. The global system is here. Soon we'll purge America of those enemy John Wayne types. The freedom, we're so liberal. There's nothing liberal about them, but Aaron, expanding on this, I don't think they're going to get away with this. I mean, people are really waking up to them. I want to go to calls here, but I keep forgetting to plug something, how we fund our operation, but even more importantly, a great way to inform your friends, your family, your neighbors. We have an everything special running right now, which is all 18 of my films that are on DVD. 18 films on DVD. 18 of my films. Doesn't have the films I produced, like Burmese Invisible Empire. That's separate. But 18 of my films, you can get your Christmas shopping done for, you know, all of these people. Have 18 different films. What is it? 16 different packages total, because a few of the films have multiple copies in them. And you can support us. $99.95. It ends, of course, when Christmas comes up. $99.95, normally $360. It's a $260 discount. $99.95 in your purchase funds us. You know, we're not like Rainbow Six selling 30 million copies or whatever, saying kill the guys that want to keep their guns. Isn't it fun to murder them? You know, cops get in your way, kill them too. You're the New World Order, you can. You know, this is the type of evil. This operation reaching tens of millions is able to do this because you've supported us. Get a Prisonplanet.tv membership. I know we've got a lot of new members. A lot of people are sharing their passcodes right now. So a few times a day, it's hard to access Prisonplanet.tv. I have people working around the clock, and we don't normally let folks share their passcode with 6 different people. We had to turn that down to 3 last night because we think that's part of the issue. We're trying to, it's not the server size, they're all logging in at once, and it's the software itself. So we're upgrading it right now. Prisonplanet.tv, almost 9 years up and running. It's $5.95 a month. You can sign up right now for a year and get 5.5 months free. We have the Patriot Special and the InfoWarrior Special. Those are all at prisonplanet.tv. We have a deal where you can get almost half off on a year and also get the DVDs with it. So all of that's up at prisonplanet.tv. But please support us and click on our sponsors at Infowars.com. Aaron, are you ready to go to some more calls? But you know, that point you made is so key. That this is, so many times we talk about things a decade ago and people go, that's in that new movie. You got that from that movie. And I'm like, no. The movie is imitating life. Life isn't imitating art. This is real. They're like, that's that new game. Whatever. Or, yeah, I simulated killing, 5,000 militia right-wingers. We're going to beat you. And these guys that play these games, this is really their life. And then 10 years from now, this is already happening, they'll be signed up to run actual combat mechs, armored tanks that deploy robots that they've already got with weapon systems. And then they'll be there blasting us in real life like little cowards in armored redoubts, armored compounds, just like everybody Weldon knows in the Air Force who were in maintenance of F-16s. They're being converted over to actually fly drones. It's all converting to this false reality where it's just mass murder and death. And now they admit the drones are going to be used against us. The combat robots are going to be used against us. The cowardly little thug Ritalin head kids are going to now be, your local cop tech who sends a 18-wheeler that pulls up in front of your house. 6 robots roll out the back, go in and murder you and your family. This is the New World Order sickening takeover, and I'm telling you, it's all coming. Everything, we told you what's coming. We've told you what's breaking down, and don't say you haven't been warned. The bankers are going to take everything you got. They're going to inject you with cancer viruses. They're going to feed you deadly fluoride, and until you wake up to them, there's no hope. I'm telling you, folks, I'm here warning you. We got to turn this around now. Man, it's so insane. Let's go ahead and take a call here. Let's go ahead and talk to Jason in Texas. Jason, you're on the air. Go ahead. I can't hear you. Sorry. Aaron, can you tell me what he's saying?
Yeah, so far he's just saying hello. Jason, you want to try to come through again here?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Barely. Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to tell you there's another game out there. I tried to call about it a few months ago. It's called Champions Online. And what it is, you start off in this American city that's getting attacked, and then it moves forward a few months, and the United Nations is there, the group called UNTIL, but it's an acronym, and the UN stands for United Nations. And they actually hire you to do missions for them to kind of stabilize the area. And one of those missions is called Ending the Terror. And you actually go out and just, your mission is just to kill 200 Hunter-Patriots is what they're called. And that's your mission, is to go do that.
Oh, they're called hunters, the guys that wear camo. Oh, yeah. I mean, they have Shattered Union where you do that. The UN invades. But, again, the bankers implode us and they bring in foreign troops. They've actually signed the agreements. I've been there at drills, covered my police state films, where the troops openly train with foreign troops to not just take our guns, but execute us. That's in Police State 2000. What do you think of this? I mean, other gamers you talk to, are they seeing through this anti-American New World Order garbage?
Well, I don't play games that much anymore. That was one that I was playing, but that's not even why I called. I was calling you. It's funny that he said that. It just reflects my memory. But I was wondering, have you ever thought about like a track type of pamphlet that you can hand out with just some hard-hitting information on it, and maybe a radio station